Thinking about diving into the world of IUI to get pregnant this year? Well, you, my friend, are in the exact right place. I'm breaking down who's best suited for it and how to stack the odds in your favor. My name is Whitney. I'm a fertility dietitian and coach, and I help busy women just like you get out of the Google spiral and get pregnant. As a board-certified food and fertility nerd, I've helped hundreds of women figure out their fertility so they can go on to grow the family of their dreams. In today's video, we're breaking down the pros and cons of the IUI procedure and the tips that I use with my one-to-one clients to help them make the most of it. Now first, let's take a sec to unpack this. An intrauterine insemination, also known as an IUI, is the process of placing the sperm directly into the woman's uterus, bypassing the cervix to hopefully improve fertilization rates. And while you can do a natural IUI, most of the time these procedures are accompanied by prescription support to enhance or magnify your ovulation and therefore your success rates. Unfortunately, statistics show that success rates for an IUI are not significantly higher than they are for natural conception, but there are specific cases where this can be beneficial. So let's talk about it. Who is a good candidate for an IUI? First, someone who doesn't produce a whole lot in the fertile mucus department. Now, fertile mucus, as I've explained in a few of my previous videos, is like a highway for sperm, helping them reach the egg. If you don't produce fertile mucus, it could prevent the movement of sperm altogether. So physically, placing them and bypassing the cervix can be helpful. However, a lack of fertile mucus could still be an indicator of underlying hormone imbalance that's going to impact your success rates even with an IUI. So I still recommend addressing this issue before you get into the procedure. To learn more, check out this entire video I did on fertile mucus production and boosting it naturally. IUI may also be a good fit if you're dealing with low motility sperm. Low motility means that sperm are either not moving or they're moving, but they're kind of in a non-productive fashion. Both of these issues will make fertilization more difficult, and an IUI can cut the journey to the egg in half and make it a bit easier. Now, I'd love to know, what are your biggest concerns about doing an IUI? Drop your comment below and let's talk about it. Next up, let's cover how to increase your chances of success. Now, this first tip is not going to surprise you at all if you have followed me for a while. I want you to give yourself some prep time. While an IUI is more affordable than IVF, with the cost being around $1,000 a pop here in the US, it's still not something I want you to go into lightly. As I've mentioned previously in my videos, it takes about 90 days for female follicles to develop, and so I want you to give yourself a couple months ahead of time to optimize your hormone flow and ovulation to improve your chances of success. Obviously, this type of natural fertility prep work is my jam, and if you want to learn more, check out my earlier videos on my 5-pillar fertility framework or the one I did on egg quality. And with this in mind, I want you to be knowledgeable about your own clinic's policies ahead of time. Most clinics require some form of payment ahead of time, but some clinics require payment and a commitment regardless of the chances. And this is exactly what happened with my client, Jen. During her second IUI cycle, her single growing follicle was just not responding to the fertility meds she had taken. She wanted to cancel the cycle and try again next month, but the policy stated if there was even one growing follicle, they would move forward with the IUI. She had already paid in full ahead of time, and if she decided to cancel, she would just be out that money. So she went forward with it, and of course, it was unsuccessful. Frustrated, she decided to postpone her third cycle to work with me on enhancing her body's natural hormone balance. And within 3 months, we had successfully regulated her ovulation and restored her ability to produce fertile mucus for the first time in years. With these changes, Jennifer decided to move forward with her third IUI, and I am absolutely thrilled to share that she now has a healthy baby girl from that cycle. Every cycle for every woman is going to be different, and while you can absolutely influence your outcomes, you cannot control them, and being locked into a plan without any flexibility is not helping your stress levels. So be sure to ask about their policies regarding canceled cycles. And lastly, I want you to keep an eye on your ovulation. Statistically, your best chances of conception are in the days leading up to and the day of ovulation. Once ovulation has occurred, though, your chances of getting pregnant are almost non-existent. I have seen too many clinics miss the fertile window by making incorrect predictions or improper monitoring or doing improper monitoring. And to avoid this, I strongly suggest tracking your own ovulation with LH strips, cervical mucus monitoring, and or basal body temping so that you don't end up going through and paying for a pointless procedure. Keep in mind that you know your body better than anyone else, so don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. And if you need more scans, ask for them. If you've got questions, ask them. Remember, you are paying them. Unfortunately, there is no one size fits all when it comes to fertility, and that is why I created my Fertile Kickstarter Guide. This is where I'm sharing my secrets to preparing for pregnancy success, and I'm skipping all the BS, the pills, and the unnecessary restrictions. You can grab your copy below in those links. That's all for today, folks. If you are a fellow food and fertility nerd, be sure to comment below and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.